All right, let's do some seventh chord stuff. Same things. Let's do number 4. It's got a nice inversion. So looking at number 4, I'm going to use my EGBDFAC to determine what the root of this chord is. I see an F, a G, B flat, and D. F, G, B flat, D. So if I go over to my EGBDFAC, F, G, B flat, D. So G is the root of this chord. I go to my piano and I play in root position. G, B flat, D, F. G, B flat, D, F. It's a minor 7 chord. Again, I know that's root position because G is the root. So it's a G minor 7. That's my lead sheet analysis. G minor 7. However, it's not in root position, it's inverted, so we always look to the lowest note that sounds and see what chord tone that is. G, B flat, D, F, that's the 7th. We'll use that bass position, but for the lead sheet purposes, I can just write the F. G minor 7 over F, that's what this chord is on a lead sheet. Now we just determined it was the 7th, G, B flat, D, F, so the 7th is in the bass. When the 7th is in the bass, it's a 4-2 chord. That's our bass position symbol. Remember, the root gives us the Roman numeral, so if the root is G, I'm in the key of B flat major. I got to figure out what my position is in the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the key of B flat major. So that's to determine the Roman numeral. I find its position in the key we're in. We're in the key of B flat. I counted up to 6 and found a G. So now I know that this is a minor 6 chord. The F is in the bass. That's the 7th. So we know it's a 4-2. That's about as chewy as it gets right there. You can do that, you're in good shape. Remember the steps. Determine the root. Determine the quality. You determine the root and the quality, you determine the lead sheet symbol. If there's something other than the root and the bass, then add that under the slash. So G minor 7 over F. Use the root to find the Roman numeral. G is the 6th note in the key of B flat. And then use the bass note to determine the bass position symbol. 7th is in the bass, F, so it's a 4-2. This is a 6-4-2, minor 6-4-2. Since we're in analysis mode, let's skip over and look at some of these. Let's do some analysis here. This number 2, this is a nice one here. Now, well, first off, we're going to use everything in the measure. Notice they just give us one answer blank. So let's use everything in the measure and consider it part of the chord. At this stage of the game, they're going to put things in parentheses if it's not in the chord. Everything in the measure is part of the chord. And let's EGBDFAC it. EGBDFAC. All right, so we've got A, F, A, C. There's another C. There's another F. Here's an E flat. So F, A, C, E flat. Here's an A down here. So we see an A down there. F, A, C, E flat. So it looks like F is the root of this chord. Now, even though they didn't ask for the lead sheet symbol, still write it down. Just do it every time. It's some kind of F chord. Now, I don't know what F, A, C, E flat is until I look at the keyboard. So I'm going to play it in root position. F, A, C, E flat. I find a major triad, whole step down 7th. That's a dominant 7th chord. Lead sheet for that is F7. Now, for the bass, we will always use the lowest note that sounds in the measure. If a chord unfolds over a course of time, within that block of time, you will always use the lowest note that sounds as your bass note. Understand? It's going to happen over here too. We got a boom chuck chuck waltz going here. Boom chuck chuck, boom chuck chuck, bass chord chord, bass chord chord, bass chord chord. Down here, bass chord chord, bass chord chord. Well, that bass note carries through in your ear. Whether it does literally here, it does literally carry through. Or if it's just implied, our ear hangs on to that as the lowest note. Okie doke. So back to this one. I need to make some space here. All right. F7 is the lead sheet symbol. The bass note is A. So complete lead sheet symbol is F7 over A. Now we need to do a Roman numeral analysis. So we look at the key signature. We got to figure out what key we're in before we can do a Roman numeral analysis. Two flats, could be B flat, could be G minor. They're not telling us what it is. It's up to us to fill in this spot and determine what key it's in. So if they don't tell us, how are we going to know? How do we know if it's B flat or G minor? The best place to look is at the end. How does it end? It ends with a B flat major chord. B flat and D. There's no F there, but as I mentioned before, if you just have a third, it implies the root in the third. So there's a B flat in the bass right there at the end. Starts out with a B flat major chord. We're in the key of B flat. I don't think we even see any G minors in there. So it takes a little bit of intuition, it's a little bit of deductive and inductive reasoning. B flat major. Okay, so now we can go back to analyzing this chord. It's an F7 over A in the key of B flat major. How do we find the Roman numeral? We go to the root of the chord. F is the root. So in the key of B flat major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. F is the root. It's a 5 chord. Big Roman numeral 5, uppercase. Then A is in the bass. A is the lowest note that sounds. Come back at our chart up here. F, A, that's the third of the chord. So it's a 7th chord, F7, with A in the bass, F, A, C, E flat. A is the third. So bass position symbol is 6-5. That's a 5-6-5 in the key of B flat. Fun, fun, fun.